our feet are hip width apart, making sure that our knees are nice and soft, our pelvis is nice and neutral, and we're just having our shoulders nice and relaxed. Now just check that your arms are not in front of you. So we're trying to make sure that our hands are at the side of our bodies, just to make sure that we're not bringing our shoulders forwards. Oh, Debbie's here as well. Super, so once you're in your nice neutral position, just taking a nice deep breath in, we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you're going to come back down. Good, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And out. Good, nice deep breath in. And out. One more, nice deep breath all the way in. And then relax as you breathe out. Good, super. Taking your arms across your chest. Keeping your hips facing forwards, you're just going to rotate over to one side. And then come back to the center. Inhale and exhale as you go over. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, so really thinking about keeping those hips facing forwards, just mobilizing through that lower back, just to loosen off. Good. Let's do one more each side. And then bringing the arms down, just give your shoulders a roll, releasing off any tension. I'm just going to take my jacket off. I'm hot. Okay, just going to work into our arms. So we're going to take our arms in a W position, making sure that the elbows and the trying to get the elbows and the shoulders in line. Don't worry if they're not. Good. And then from here, you're going to close your hands so that the elbows and the palms of the hands come together. And then you're going to open out. We're going to advance this one slightly in a second. So let's just get this as a bit of a starter. So I'll show you from the side. As you close your elbows and your palms, watch that you don't hunch through your back. Keep your back nice and long, your shoulders back and down, so you feel that stretch. Again, don't worry if you can't quite close them. Good, keep going. I'm just trying to figure out the next one. Okay, so placing your arms together. If you can, you're trying to take one elbow over the top of the other. You're going to twist your palms so that they face each other. Let me come a little bit closer. So if you're here, trying to take the elbows across. Don't worry if you can't. Twist and then squeeze the palms of the hands together. So this is, I can really feel this in one shoulder because I do have a bit of a dodgy shoulder. Again, try to keep those elbows high, so watch you don't drop the elbows down, and then just bring them back. Then when you go to the other side, so you're taking the other arm over the top if you can. If you just feel like you can get to here, then just hold it there, that's no problem. Elbows high. Good, so you can feel the difference. If you just drop your elbows for a moment, then lift your elbows up. You can feel that difference in the shoulders as you stretch. We're just going to do one more on each side. So take the elbows over, hold that stretch for a moment. Lift the elbows high. And then changing onto the other side. Good. And then bring the arms down and give the shoulders a roll. Super. Going to go into some side lunges. So we're going to take our legs nice and wide. We're going to have our toes slightly facing outwards. And we're going to start with, let me see where we're going to start with the arms. Let's just start with a nice side lunge, taking our arms forward. So we're going to bend one leg. Same principle applies as you do in those squats. So you're going to sit back and down, making sure that that knee doesn't come over the toes. Lengthen through the spine. Make sure you're not arching through that back. So make sure the back's nice and long. Then use the leg that's bent to press and bring you back to the top. Now just check with this one, you don't finish with your bum stuck out. Make sure you bring your pelvis back to your neutral position. Inhale, same leg, go back with those hips to start with. Reach forwards, inhale, now press into that heel as you squeeze back up to the top. Good. We're just going to do 6 on this side to start with, then we're going to add a little bit of an arm. Forwards. And good. 2 more. Make sure that knee doesn't come over the toes. Sit back into that position. 1 more. Good. So this time we're going to add a little bit of a rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our lunge position. We're going to reach one hand down towards the floor, one hand up towards the ceiling. You probably won't go as far down in that lunge with this one. Rotate the spine, and then you're going to press into the top as you come back. So reach one arm down, one arm up, sit those hips backwards. Feel the stretch coming into the lower back, maybe into the shoulders, and then bring it in. Good, I'm just going to show you from the side. So here, sit back and down, and then come back up to the top. Good, again, check that the hips come all the way underneath those shoulders. Don't keep those hips sticking out at the end. Good. So from side to side, nice and slowly. And good. Exhale as you go down. You might find that you get a little bit further each time. And in. Exhale. Inhale and hold if you can. Exhale as you come back. And 1. Good, let's do 1 more on each side. And again. And in. Good, super. Just march your legs back together. Give your shoulders a roll. We're going to work on our balance. So let's do our tightrope walk to start with today. So we're going to start at one side of the mat. We're going to have one foot in front of the other. Good, so find your posture with this exercise first. So take your time to find your neutral position with your pelvis and lengthen through the spine. Then once you're in this position, transfer the weight. Transfer the weight through. Good. Move through one foot and then the other. Lengthen through the spine. Good. Once you get to the end of your mat or as far as you're going, make your way backwards. Good. And just watch that you're not looking down or looking up, trying to lengthen through that neck and keep that eye line nice and straight. Good. Really lifting up and out of those hips. Super. Going forwards and backwards one more time. Good. Nice and slow. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Keep that posture, spine nice and long. Finishing off your last one. Good. And then coming back to the center. Super. Then taking one foot in front of the other. In the center this time. So again, lengthening through the spine. All we're going to do is try and hold this position now. So now you've got used to transferring that weight. Just think about how it feels just to keep that weight in place. So you're squeezing those inner thighs, lengthening through that tailbone, and shoulders back and down. Good. If and when you feel comfortable in this position, try to close your eyes. So you'll start to find that your feet and your stabilizers move from side to side, just taking that one sense away. Good. Hold 3, 2, 1, and open the eyes again. Good. Changing length. Okay, so I always take my arms out a little bit further with this, as it just helps to with the balance. So when I can find my balance, one foot in front of the other, just check that those hips are nice and square. Super. Weight nice and even, shoulders relaxed. Once you've found your balance, if and when you feel ready, close your eyes. Good, so you can use those arms to balance you. Okay, 5, 4, squeeze those inner thighs. 3, 2, 1, and open. Good, well done. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. So all we're going to do today is work on our side, on one side. So we're going to go into our balance, but we're going to take the leg behind today and then bring it back through. So all we're going to do is we're just going to come up nice and tall into your single leg balance, engaging those abdominals. From here, you're just going to lower your arms down, slightly lean forwards, touch your toes on the floor. Then bring your leg up into your balance position. And then come down, just touch the floor behind you. Good. So what this is doing is it's tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards. So really being aware that when you're in this position, when you're in your tabletop position, you're nice and square. Lengthen through the spine as you take the leg behind you, belly button to spine. Then draw in. And then out. Good. 2 more. In. And out. Last one. In. I lost it. Extend out. Good. Just give your legs a shake and then we'll change sides. So again, this is just really good to be aware of where our pelvis lies and how we tilt our pelvis forwards and backwards. So when you're ready, finding your balance on the other side, bringing your arms up. So again, keep those hips nice and square. Watch you don't sink into that hip. And then from here, lengthen backwards. Good, hips nice and square. Belly button to spine, lengthen the spine. Good. Tilt that pelvis, draw yourself back up to the top. And lower. Extend. And draw in. Lower, extend, good. Lengthen through that spine. Check that the weight stays in that triangle. 2 more on this side. And last one. Good, super, giving your legs a shake. Okay, we're going to go into a stretch for our hamstrings. If you want to, you can do this as just a normal roll down stretch. We are going to take one leg over the top of the other, but feel free, if you think that you would be better to do it with your feet hip width apart, then go for that one. So it is just a roll down like we normally do, but we're going to take one foot in front of the other. So this automatically sometimes wants us to stick our bums out and arch through our spine. So if you need to take this foot, the front foot, a little bit further forward to lengthen through that pelvis, feel free. The front foot is going to keep that back leg nice and straight. You're going to bring your chin to your chest, hinge your hips backwards, roll down through the spine. Once you get to the bottom, you're going to hold it at the bottom. You want to hold onto your ankle, want to hold onto your knee, wherever, just make sure you're not directly on the knee. If you can touch the floor, touching the floor. Good, relax the head. And then just be careful on your way up. It does knock your balance slightly. So just squeeze those inner thighs. Roll up nice and slowly. Tuck that pelvis. Come back to the top. Good, changing legs. I'll do it facing the front. So again, if that foot needs to be further forward, that's fine. Wherever you have a good sturdy balance for this exercise. And then bring the chin to the chest, rolling down. Good. Hold at the bottom. Feel that stretch. And then pulling ourselves back up. Good, we're going to do one more on each leg. Again, if you want to just do a roll down with your feet hip width apart, feel free to do that. So nice and tall, watch you're not arching through that lower back. So get that pelvis nice and neutral to start with, and then roll down. And then pull yourself back up. And then one more time. Nice deep breath in, chin to chest, rolling down. And then when you're ready, pulling yourself back up. Super. Now we're going to go down onto the floor. So just a normal roll down to head onto the floor. We're going to come onto our hands and our knees to start with. So I'm just going to move my camera. Oh, can't see anything there. Good. So nice and slowly, chin to chest, rolling down. Oh, actually, if you've got your bands, let's grab our bands. I forgot all my equipment today. Let me just grab my stuff. Your long band if you can. So what you're going to do, again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, is you're going to take the band behind your shoulders. So as if you're putting a scarf on, you're going to take the band underneath your armpits. Can you see there? It's underneath my armpits. Holding on. And then I'm going to come into my all fours position. So you can feel here that the band wants to pull your lower back down. So we're going to work a little bit on the hands and the arms and the shoulders. So from here, you're going to do your chest drops that we've done before. So you're going to lower down. And what you're doing is you're dropping your chest towards your towards the floor, but not bending the arms. Then from here, you're going to lift the chest as far away from the floor as you can. And then lower the chest down, so squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then pull back up to the top. So that band is just there to add a little bit more resistance. Again, if you don't want to use the band, you don't have to. It works just fine without. So press that chest down. Make sure you're still engaging those abdominals, so we don't want to arch through the back. Lengthen through there. And then pull away. And down. And pull away. Good. Coming down. And pull away. Good. Coming down. And then pull away. Good. We've got 4 more of these. Coming down. And then pull away. Good. Coming down. And pull away. Engage those abdominals still. 2 more. We're going to work into those arms a bit today. And lower down. And coming up. Good, super. So, going to focus a little bit on, if I say the word, you're all going to go, we're going to focus on press-ups. So, a press-up in Pilates is very different. You can still do 3 different stages. So, we're going to start with the, I don't like to call it beginner stage, but it's the easier stage. And then we can work our way up. So, you're going to come onto all fours. You're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to engage your abdominals. Keeping your abdominals engaged and your back nice and long. So what we don't want is we don't want to arch through the spine and pull our shoulder blades together. We want to keep that feeling of lifting away with the chest and the abdominals engaged. You're going to take your fingers and hands nice and wide. All you're going to do is you're going to bend your elbows as if you're squeezing your elbows down towards your sides. And then you're going to press back up to the top. You're going to bend your elbows. Make sure they don't go out to the side. Imagine you're trying to just touch your rib cage with your elbows and then press back up to the top. Exhale as you go down. And then inhale as you come up. So your nose is going diagonally down, if that makes sense. So I'm not pushing down here and taking my elbows out. If you just watch my head, it's going slightly forwards and then coming back up. My spine stays nice and long, slightly forwards and then coming back up. My spine doesn't move. We're going to try for 4 more. We're going to go down. 4. Press up. We're going to go down. 3. Press up. We're going to go down. 2. Press up. Core engaged. Last one. Down. And up. Good, super. So that's the beginner one. Obviously, you can then go onto your half a plank and then your full plank. But I think you'll all be able to still feel it when you did that all fours one. I know I can always still feel it. So I'm going to try and work on that a little bit as we go throughout however long we're going to be here for, just to try and strengthen through the shoulders. Okay, we're now going to work into the triceps. So if you've got a band, grab your band again. And you're going to come back onto all fours. It's really important to still engage our core as we do our arm work. So this position really helps us to think about engaging our abdominals. We're going to have one hand on the floor. We're going to bring one elbow in towards our side, grabbing hold of the band. From here, keeping that spine nice and long, keeping those hips nice and square. So you're not moving those hips from side to side. You're just going to extend your arm and then bend at the elbow. So watch you don't drop the arm down. Keep that shoulder back and down, elbow super glued into your side. Extend at the elbow, bend at the elbow. Extend at the elbow, bend at the elbow. Good. Keep that core nicely engaged. Check that you're not sitting over, your weight's nice and even. And this hand that's on the floor, again, check that shoulder. Check that that shoulder's back and down. Check that the elbow, the inside of the elbow is facing inwards. And we're going to go for 6 more. 6. Try not to drop that head. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And in. Good. Changing sides. I'm just going to turn over. Give your shoulders a roll if you need to. So coming into that all four position. When you are ready, again, check that you're nice and square before you start and you're engaging your abdominals, lengthening through your spine. My spine's a bit arched today. I don't know why it is, but it just wants to go in that position. Good. And then bending your elbow. Make sure you super glue it into your side and then extend out. And in. Good. Out and in. Good. Try and keep that elbow so you're just extending and flexing from the elbow. Good. Keep the weight nice and even. Pull away with that bottom arm. Extend and in. 6 more. 6. Good. Watch you don't use that shoulder. Make sure you use that tricep. Pull that shoulder back. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Good. Super. Nice. Well done. Okay, just relaxing off those hands. We're going to come onto lying on our backs. So when you're ready, I'm just going to move my mat because I end up hitting my fireplace. Lying on your back, we're going to go into some shoulder bridges. So just lying on the back to start with. And then making sure our shoulders are relaxed and our head is nice and relaxed. Oh, we might just stay here for the next half an hour. Okay, so just check that your feet are hip width apart and your weight's in your triangle. We're going to come into our shoulder bridges. If you have a purple ball, feel free to place the purple ball in between your knees. This is going to help you to keep your knees nice and square and use the inner thighs as well. Nearly forgot the purple ball then. So press the belly button in towards the spine. Try and get the length of that spine on the mat to start with. You're then going to engage those glutes, start to scoop those abdominals as you roll up through, keeping that purple ball where it is. If you don't have a purple ball, just check that your knees stay in line with those hips. At the top, take a nice big deep breath in. And then exhale as you come down. Good, nice deep breath in. And exhale as you come up. Good. And then coming down. Good, super. So really trying to relax the upper body in this exercise. Nice deep breaths, but the lower limbs and those abdominals are working. So you won't feel this too much in the upper abdominals. It's more in the lower abdominals around the pelvis. And inhale at the top, then exhale as you breathe out. Good. Inhale and exhale. Super. You're going to finish off the one that you're doing. And then we're going to come up into our shoulder bridge, and we're actually going to hold it for a moment. So when you're ready, coming up into your shoulder bridge, you're going to hold it at the top. From here, all you can do is you're going to take your arms up and behind you. Keeping your shoulder bridge nice and high, you're going to bring the arms back down. Breathing out. Keep the shoulder bridge high, breathing in, take the arms behind. Squeeze that purple ball if you have one. Keep those glutes engaged, bring the arms down. 2 more arms, lift up and back down. That was one. We've got one more to go. Keep squeezing those glutes. Lift and lower. Good. Once the arms touch the floor at the bottom, slowly come through the spine. You can take the purple ball away and bring the knees into the chest. Good. Super. Okay, taking the arms behind the head, letting that head relax in those hands. We're just going to start with our abdominal curl. So making sure that our pelvis is in our neutral position. So we've got that Malteser or that grape underneath or in between the spine and the mat. Trying to relax the legs as much as you can. You're going to inhale and just lift the head off the floor. As you exhale, you're going to draw your rib cage down towards your hips. Check that you're not tucking your pelvis and lifting your glutes off the floor. You're trying to lengthen your rib cage down towards your hips and then lower back down. Inhale. And exhale as you come up. Good. Keep those hips nice and soft. Work into the abdominals. Don't tuck the pelvis. Good. So lengthen that spine. Trying to go into that C curve. And then back down. Good. And then back down. Good. So keep going in your own time. Every time you come up into your abdominal curl, just check those knees. Make sure they're not coming in and out. Feel free whenever you're in this position, if you have a ball, to place it in between your knees. That way you can always be sure that you're activating and keeping those hips nice and square. But every time you roll up, just give your knees a little check to make sure they're in line, and then you can come back down. Good. We've got 4 more. And lift. Inhale and exhale as you come back down. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. 2 more to go. Don't worry if you're not in the same time as me. Just go in your own time. You might want to take a break. Good. I've got one more left. Super. And then just draw the knees in towards the chest and just relax off. Good, just take some nice deep breaths. And then we're actually going to lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Legs are going to be nice and straight. You're going to super glue your ankles and your knees together. So we've done some single leg circles. We're now going to go to a double leg because it's Friday. So imagine that your heels or your toes, I don't really mind whether you want to have your feet, I tend to have my toes pointed just to relieve the pressure off the back of my legs. So imagine you've got felt tip pens on your big toes. You're going to press your belly button in towards your spine. I always go out to the side first. Your hip slightly comes off the floor. Your arms are in a low V position to help you. You're then going to bring the legs round towards you, stretching through those hamstrings. Go round to the other side. The hip lifts. Now you're going to squeeze that belly button nice and hard as you take the circle round. Both hips come back onto the floor. At the bottom, so now your legs are lengthening, your belly button is pressing, your spine is nice and flat. You're going to roll over to the other side, lift that one hip, and you're back at the start. So you come forwards, inhale. So as you come forwards, I always inhale. Then as you start to use those abdominals, press belly button into spine, exhale. Round, get to that center point, belly button to spine, over to the start. Good. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. And round. Good. Lift that hip off. So you've got a little bit of a twist. Then use those abdominals. Press the belly button in. So feel that that spine imprints as you go around the bottom of that circle. Good. Think about slightly lifting those glutes as you do the top of the circle. So anyone who's done the reverse curls with me before, that's just that feeling. Don't worry if you haven't. As you bring your legs towards you, you're trying to think of your toes going over the top of your head, slightly lifting your bum off the floor. Oh, should feel those abdominals kicking in now. We're going to do one more circle in this direction. I think that was roughly 8. Lift, lower. And then once you finish that one, just bring them down, give it a rest. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Just want to see if so when you do, I think you can see okay. When you do the circle coming up towards your head, just be aware, if you can, I don't need to press down too hard with your hands, but if you can, just using the abdominals to slightly lift that bum off. You feel that those abdominals really work, and then come back down. Don't worry if you can't lift the bum, but try and get that feeling of trying to lift the bum off. That's really going to work deep into those lower abdominals. It's a really hard exercise to do, but it's great for toning the core. So we're going to go the opposite direction. So you're going to take your legs out to the side. You're still going to come forwards first, but you're going to go the other way. Good. So you've taken your legs out to the other side. So now, as you rotate down the bottom, it goes in the opposite direction. Coming back up. Good. If you can, slightly lift those glutes. Try and think about lifting the toes over the head. Don't worry if you can't. So we did roughly 8. Make sure that circle's big enough as well to feel those abdominals at the bottom. Good, round. And lift. Relax those shoulders. You can use those arms for a little bit of support. Just watch you don't put tension into the upper body. So again, this exercise is just, I can't talk when I go that way, is just to be done at your speed. If that means that it's a tiny circle in the center, that's fine. Go to where you feel comfortable, but do try and push yourself a little bit round. Good, I've got 3 more to go. I always try and talk when I'm bringing my legs over my head and I can't do it. 2 more. Press that spine into the mat. Last one. Once you've finished, bring the knees into the chest. Super. That's a really hard exercise, so well done, guys. Okay, we're going to finish off with some nice stretching. So, grabbing, if you have a purple ball, sorry, this is just one more exercise, it's not a stretch, it's a knee exercise. If you have a purple ball, place the purple ball in between, underneath your knee. If you have a block or a cushion or anything, just something that just lifts the knee off the floor. I'm doing this pure selfish reason because I've got a little bit of a twinge in my knee. So from here, you are going to think about the back of your knee pressing down into the ball. Sitting up nice and tall, having your hands wherever you feel comfortable. You're trying to lengthen that leg and just lift the heel off the floor. If you can. Press the back of the knee in towards the ball. You're trying to activate just the muscles coming at the top of the knee. Hold, and then just relax off. Inhale, extend. Good, hold, and then relax off. Flex the foot as well as you go. Extend. You might feel it working into your quad, which is fine. Try and relax those hip flexors as much as possible. Some of you might have to slightly lean backwards to relax off that hip flexor. If you're slightly tight in your spine, if you need to slightly lean back to just take the pressure off that hip flexor, feel free. And extend and hold. And draw back in. Good, 4 more on this side. Lift, press the back of the knee in towards the ball. And lower. 3. And lower, good. Really try and extend that knee to its full. 2. And lower. Last one, lift. And lower. Good, changing legs. Good, so making sure that whatever object you have is directly underneath the back of the knee. You're going to press that back of the knee into the floor or into the object. And then, relax it off. Nice little click there from me. I have to lean back on this one. So if you need to lean back, feel free, but just check your shoulders don't come up. Still think about lengthening through. Just use those arms for support. Lift. And lower. Good. So as you do this, as you lengthen the leg, just check that the ankle, the knee, and the hip are in line with each other. So this is just also being aware that as we move our knee, we are moving it in the correct alignment. We're not kind of moving it with our foot inwards or outwards. It's nice and level. Pressing the back of the knee into the object, releasing off that hip. Good. Extend. And lower. 4 more. 4. See, now it doesn't hurt. It's been hurting me all morning and now it doesn't hurt. 3. Move it there. 2. And extend. Last one. And lower. Good. Okay, we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. If you want to grab your band, place the band over your toes, lying down on the floor and lifting up towards the ceiling. Good. Trying to relax the toes, relax the ankle, and just add a little bit of a stretch here. Take some nice deep breaths, trying to relax the muscles. Draw the leg towards you. And then just take your leg over and across the body. This is going to stretch the outside of the leg and hold it here. Good. Back to the center and then take it out to the side. Good. Draw it back up to the top and then we're going to change legs. So when you're ready, lengthen through, just hold that stretch. And then take it across the body. And then when you're ready, open it up, stretching down the inside of the thigh. And then draw back to the top. And then bending the knee in and relaxing off. Ooh. Good. Just draw the knees in towards the chest for a moment. Just rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way up towards the ceiling. We're going to make our way up to standing. It's Friday. I've lost it. I've lost all ability to speak sense. Okay, once you get to the top, just give your shoulders a roll. Good, we're just going to stretch out the arms that we worked. So taking one arm across the chest, just make sure that shoulder stays down, and then just add a little bit of pressure. Good, hold it here. And then changing sides. Good, nice. Just relax the arms off. Just finish with some nice deep breaths. So take a nice deep breath in, up, and then relax as you breathe out. Good, nice deep breath in and out. Nice deep breath in. I'm going to sneeze and out. One more nice deep breath. Oh, it's gone in. And then relax as you breathe out.